Beautiful to see all of you here today in the Daily Antidote of Song. Thank you so much for being with us. We are delighted to see you and to have you here and to be here for another week of Daily Antidote of Songing. I am Jo Rossi. I'm the director of the Daily Antidote of Song. Today is day 1,898 consecutive days of singing. And super delighted to be in the room with Dan and Claudia Zanes. We haven't been able to get together with them for a while, and we're glad they're here. And we're going to thank them for such beautiful bringing in music. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome to everybody who's out there on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. And for folks out there, just another reminder that our Facebook page was suspended. We still don't know or understand why. And without our Facebook page, we can't get to 2,500 of our followers. So as much as you can, please pass on the word through YouTube, through your social media, through your communities, through email. Anybody that you know who comes, that we are still here singing one song every day to make the world a better place one day and one song at a time. Much needed. So I'm glad you've all shown up again for another day of this. Let's start just by saying how great it was to see all of the images of all of the people. And it was so many people at all of the protests, right? I mean, that was a super inspiring and uplifting thing. So thanks to everybody out there who was partaking, and, gratitude abounds. All right, let's say hi to everybody in this room. Hello to Dan and Claudia Zanes. And actually, no, I'm going to take a quick thing to say welcome to our Juneteenth week here in the Daily Antidote of Song. We are partnering all week long with Washington Rebels. A huge shout out to Betsy Fulford and Andrea Blackford and Jubilee Voices, who've been forces behind the scenes in the production of this week. Thank you so much to all of you for taking part in this. We love partnering with you. All right, now we'll say hello to everybody. Hello to Pauline and William coming in from Newcastle, UK. Neil coming in from Boston. Susan in Cincinnati, Ohio. Mabel and the Bears in Massachusetts. Becky in British Columbia. Karen in Iowa City, Iowa. Arlene coming in from Berkeley, California. Sydney in San Francisco, California. Caroline in DC. Athena coming in from Brooklyn, New York. Nan coming in from Michigan. Sarah in Texas. Hoda coming in from British Columbia. Annette in California. Sue in Seattle. Diane and Aloysius coming in from New Hampshire. Carolyn coming in from, well, we know she's from Boise, Idaho, but we think potentially maybe she's coming in from somewhere on the East Coast. Kathleen in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Sheila in Florida. Trish in Victoria, British Columbia. Deli in Maryland. Storm in Mass. Linda on Orcas Island. Let's see who we have here. We have Deborah and Robert coming in from Kentucky. Great to see you. Busy Graham, Carpe Diem Arts. Let's give it up for Busy and Carpe Diem Arts, another huge force behind the scene. Julie in Ontario, Canada. Fred in Maryland. Storm, did I say Storm? Okay, Aloysius, I said. Let's see, Christine in Ottawa. Bob coming in from Albany. Harriet coming in from Chicago. Phil coming in from Germany. And let's see who else we've got. Christine in Ottawa, Linda on Orcas Island, Nancy in Vancouver, Linda in Mass, Maggie in California, Lynn in Connecticut, Carol in Connecticut, Tusi in Massachusetts, Amanda and Miles in Michigan, and Gary jumping in the room from Mass. Let's all take a deep breath. So again, welcome to our Juneteenth week, and another shout out to Washington Rebels, Betsy Fulford and Andrea Blackford of Washington Rebels. We really need to be thinking and talking about Juneteenth and about kind of everything right now, and not two better people or any better song than Dan and Claudia Zanes. Guys, I'm going to toss it over to you. So glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining us. You're up.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be back in this space with you all.
Thank you, Joe Rascal, for having us and inviting us. It is good to see everybody. So we got a new song, and it's I don't know if any of you were with us. Some of you were during the Social Isolation Song Series, but we would have our analog teleprompters, pieces of paper taped up all around the room. But we were just trying to put some things out, trying to put some things down, and thinking about relationships, thinking about community, thinking about possibilities. So I guess it's a little bit aspirational as well.
And there's no time like right now for us to come together. It's so necessary. And so this song really captures all of that. So we're going to teach you the chorus. It's a work in progress. Again, this is we've got papers all over. If you see us looking up like this, we're looking at our lyrics here. So, bear with us as well.
And if you rewrite any of it, just let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
I can improve on that.
All right, so here's the chorus.
Neighbor to neighbor,
Friend to friend.
friend to friend.
That's how it started,
That's how it started.
and that's how it ends.
That's how it is.
Stranger to stranger,
Stranger to stranger.
heart to heart.
Heart to heart.
We won't let no one tear us apart.
We won't let no one, no one tear us apart.
So I believe the lyrics might be in the chat. I'm not sure, but okay, they are. I'm seeing Bob and maybe. Okay, good. All right, so let's try it all together. The chorus.
Okay.
Yep, if you got harmonies, throw them in.
Neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend. That's how it started, and that's how it ends. And stranger to stranger, heart to heart. And we won't let no one, no one tear us apart. Got it?
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Should we jump right in on the first verse?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Here we go, all together.
Summer nights and the light is long.
There's the sound of a band in the distance and a warning song.
And the twinkling stars talk of all they see,
Of the way that the world is turning and of what could be.
Here we go.
Neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend. That's how it started, and that's how it ends. Stranger to stranger, heart to heart. And we won't let no one, no one tear us apart.
Out in the streets, in the pouring rain,
There's 1,000 people linking arms and making a chain.
in every link, on every face.
You can see the signs that it won't be happening in this place. Neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend. That's how it started, and that's how it ends. Stranger to stranger, heart to heart. And we won't let no one, no one tear us apart.
Out in the park, the table will be long.
And there's gonna be a seat for everybody, and food and song.
All of the crowd will raise their glasses high,
Saying here's to the light of the people in the dark of night. Neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend. And that's how it started, and that's how it ends. Stranger to stranger, heart to heart. We won't let no one, no one
tear us apart. One more time with that chorus.
Neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend. And that's how it started, and that's how it ends. Stranger to stranger, heart to heart. We won't let no one, no one tear us apart.
We won't let no one.
And we won't let no one, no one tear us apart.
Thank you all. Wow, it's so great to try this out on you all. I hope you liked it. Oh,
If you liked it or not, gang. Yeah, that was really beautiful. Hit home on every level. And even some moments of real, like, super emotion, like when you're talking about the people gathering together. And I don't even remember the actual lyric, but like just that sense of the protests built in there and of the, yeah, beautiful. Do you want to tell us more about the song before I start hammering you with questions?
If you have rewrites, put them in the chat. No, I think that was just, we're sometimes for us, we have a lot of ideas swirling around, and I think sometimes we don't always finish things unless there's a reason to. If we're getting ready to make a record or something, there's some deadline of some kind. So we're really grateful for just knowing that we're going to be here with you all, and just knowing, kind of where everybody's coming from in this community, and it gave us a real good reason to try and capture what was on our hearts so that we could bring it to you. So we thank you for that.
yeah. We've been spending a lot of time with just friends. Folks have been dropping by. We've been having like meaningful conversations about where we are, how we're feeling, our mental health, just the temperament, just the temperature of what's happening in this country right now. And I think one of the underlying themes that kept coming up was, we have to come together. This isn't a time for finger pointing or blaming, but truly this is a time where we do need to work together. So I think that this song also touches on the importance of, let's come together and let's do what we got to do. Roll up our sleeves and do what we got to do.
Well, thanks, Dan and Claudia. I feel like it's totally speaking to the things that I'm feeling and thinking about right now. So, for example, we've been hearing a lot, started kind of with Alistair Mook, I think, in the room, but we've been talking a lot about sort of the subtleties of language and the idea of not landing on the dramatic language and the seeing of the human and the humanity and not the, and I kind of feel like your song is speaking to all of that, just that idea that we need to take a step back and actually be seeing each other as neighbors and talking I'm so moved by your song, and I hope you can get it out there and sing it in front of lots of protesters. And it's a great reminder of kind of where we are right now, and also where we want to go. And I don't know. What are you guys doing besides getting together with friends and talking about mental health? Like, I mean, like, we all need to do it, right? So I'm super glad you're doing it. But like, more like, what's holding you up right now?
Oh, Joe, that's such a deep question. I mean, it's different from day to day. I mean, for me personally, I'm taking naps. I'm resting. I am talking to, my brothers and sisters, and I'm just really making sure that my people are all right. As many of you know in this space, my family is Haitian. So this is a very, very scary and challenging time for Haitian people. And so I have a lot of family members who came here too on the Biden plan. So there's just a lot of stress, truly. And so it's really, I feel like my role in this season is really just making sure that my people are all right and doing what I need to do to show up for them. And so that's really the bulk of what my time is looking like.
Beautiful.
It seems like, another thing that keeps coming up is that, not everybody likes to chant. Not everybody likes to go out on the street and protest. But there's something for everybody. Mm-hmm. There's something for everybody to do. And I think that's what's been really great, is just hearing people that normally, maybe don't tend to engage so much, really finding out where they can be useful. Everybody's got a part, and also really recognizing that, speaking for myself, my job isn't to critique what anyone else is doing or not doing. My job is to, I'm a full-time job just on my own. So I got to figure out what it is that I can be doing and do the best of that, and not worry about what anyone else is or isn't doing in these times, because I think that's where we've run into a lot of problems, typically, especially those of us on the left, like, oh, you're not doing it right, and I think that's the more we move past that, and into a spirit of mutual support, and understanding that everybody's finding their own way, I think the better off we'll be.
Beautiful. Dan and Claudia, thank you so much. I'm going to go back to where you started, Claudia. I want to shout out the people of Haiti, and speaking of like mental health and also like physical health and the tolls of stress, right? Yeah. For people in Haiti, things are bad right now. But for people who fled Haiti to come here to try to make something better or to try to build something, yeah, it's also now so stressful here. And I can't even imagine, what it would be like to depart from a stressful situation where things are really, really, really rough, and coming to a place where you can take a deep breath and then finding out you can't. So yes, to the people of Haiti and all of the other countries that are experiencing like conflict in their home country as well as here. And then, just another shout out to trying to take care of you and do what you can. So it's a two-part thing, as Dan is saying, and as Claudia is saying, like, your own mental health, your own physical health, your own naps and whatever, but also not spending a whole lot of time critiquing or judging, but actually just spending the time doing. And then I kind of feel like that wraps back into the whole sort of subtlety of language right now. If we get out there right now, first of all, I saw a bunch of things this morning. One totally inspired me. Somebody put like a little thing together of all the different march crowds in the different cities, and it ends with the Statue of Liberty. And I said, like, yeah, okay, like actually made me cry. I thought, like, right, that's what we're trying to say right now. But then I also saw something somebody else posted where they were referring to someone else's perception as stupid, which just does nothing to have anybody ever listen to whatever their subtle points might be behind that. They've canceled out anybody's actual openness to listening and put someone on the defensive. So as much as we can be just using like the language of communication and not the language of isolation, I think we're in such a much better place. Dan and Claudia, I'm babbling. You want to add anything else to that before I ask you what you got coming up?
I think, as always, just want to invite any of the white folks here that may not be coming to Constructive White Conversations. I think this is a fantastic time. For me, again, I'll speak for myself. This is a great time for me to be really looking at my racial conditioning, because we're out in the multiracial world working together. And I know for me, the more I can deal with the way I've been conditioned as a white person, the more I can be effective in multiracial spaces, and also just the more comfortable I feel in my skin. So it's a very welcoming space, as many of you know, because there are some super solid members of the Constructive White Conversations community here in the Daily Antidote. And so I want to invite any of you who have been curious about it and have not come, constructivewhiteconversations.org, 7 online meetings a month. Again, a welcoming space, and we'd love to see you there.
And I guess if there's anything I would add, I would just say continue checking in on your neighbors, check in on your people. Folks don't always have the voice or the courage or strength to ask for help. So I would just say, check on people, check on your people.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Dan and Claudia. All really inspiring. A shout out to Constructive White Conversation, especially during this Juneteenth week. What a great place to be going and thinking about the issues of racism that are still present in the culture in which we live and other cultures. And so, Dan, thanks so much for working so hard to provide that forum. And all right, wondering if you guys would like to tell us what is coming up for you.
We're going to be in Chicago.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks we will be in Chicago, and we'll be in Illinois in general. We're at various libraries. Those will be up on our website by the end of today. DanandClaudia.com. I'm still working on the website. So we'll be in Chicago, Illinois for a while. What else is going on? We've
Back to Finland. We're going to
back to
Finland,
Finland.
Estonia, and Latvia this summer.
That's right.
Too, so a lot of shows
so
there.
shows are coming up, and we're doing a lot of stuff here locally in Baltimore area, Maryland in general. So lots going on musically as well.
Beautiful. Thanks, gang. I'm going to also shout out, because you guys just touched on something I've been thinking about lately. Dan and Claudia just mentioned that Claudia is going to do the website. The number of folks who are out there doing all this activist music and working hard for their communities, and they're also going home and doing their own website, booking their own gigs, trying to create their it's kind
Many
of
hats, Joe, many hats, or head wraps, you know.
job, right? And like, not enough funds and recognition, I think, go to the artists. So as much as everyone can, donating to keep our artists alive, which includes donating to keep this program alive. Another shout out about the fact that our Facebook page has come down. We are struggling right now, and we really don't want to throw in the towel on this incredible thing where we're in this space singing together in a unified way and talking about change and making change. So keeping the donations flowing to whatever orgs you want to keep the grassroots folks going, because in the end, it is in fact going to be each of our little organizations all added up that really makes this bigger change. So so thanks again, Dan and Claudia, for all you do in the world. And unless you have something else, I'm kind of feeling like it'd be fun to sing again.
Yes, I just want to plug in Cleo soaps as well, because I am still making soaps, y'all. I have a lot of summer soaps available. So if you go to cleosoaps.com, you can check out what I have left of the summer. So there's that too.
Thank you so much. So I'm wondering if you guys can go ahead and sing that whole song again.
Absolutely.
All right. Get a second chance to really get it right. Neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend, and that's how it started, and that's how it ends. Stranger to stranger, heart to heart, and we won't let no one, no one tear us apart.
Summer nights and the lights are low.
There's a sound of a band in the distance and a warning song.
The shining stars talk of all they see,
Of the ways that the world is turning and of what could be. Neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend, and that's how it started, and that's how it ends. Stranger to stranger, heart to heart, and we won't let no one, no one tear us apart.
Out in the streets, in the pouring rain,
There's 1,000 people linking arms and making a chain.
in every link and on every face.
You can see the signs that it won't be happening in this place. Neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend, and that's how it started, and that's how it ends. Stranger to stranger, heart to heart, and we won't let no one, no one tear us apart.
Out in the park, the table will be long,
and there's gonna be a seat for everybody, and food and song.
All of the crowd will raise their glasses high,
saying here's to the light of the people in the dark of the night.
Here we go.
Neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend, and that's how it started, and that's how it ends. Stranger to stranger, and heart to heart. We won't let no one, no one tear us apart.
We won't let.
And we won't let no one, no one tear us apart.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dan and Claudia, for bringing us a thoughtful song, an uplifting song, a great reminder of what we need to be doing in our world. I did note something in the chat. Thank you, Athena, because I have already gone through so many ups and downs of the last few days that I did not remember to shout out the terrible situation in Minnesota. And I just want to note that we I believe all of us are feeling right now the horror of that, and the fact that it's exactly the opposite of what we want to be seeing. I did see Tim Walz say this is just not the way we resolve our political disagreements, and it's ridiculous that we even have to say that, basically. But there it is. And while I'm gaining a lot of hope from all of the marches and all the amazing things that people were saying and doing, I absolutely recognize that there is also still a very dangerous simmering of yuck right now in our culture and around the world. And that every day I think we come in this space to try to make it a little better. So to the folks in Minnesota who were killed and hurt, and to the folks around I know there's at least one march where someone was killed. And I'm so holding everyone in my heart, and I know we all are. Can we all just please put our hands up? This is for you, everyone who was hurt and challenged by the events of this past weekend, and our hearts are with you. And Dan and Claudia, I want to thank you again for beautiful, beautiful, beautifulness. Let's all give it up for them again, please.
Thank you all.
Thank
Great to
you.
be back.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to say goodbye to everybody here in this room. And we're going to remind everybody, first, we're going to remind everybody that we have a really great lineup coming up for this week's Juneteenth celebration. And we want to thank Washington Rebels again. And we also want to spend a minute over here just trying to get the right flyer up on the screen. So Dan and Claudia, want to say anything for me while I do that? Go ahead, take the floor. Sorry.
Oh man, these are big shoes to fill. It's just how good it is to see everybody this morning, and how much we were looking forward to this, and really hoping that things get resolved with Facebook. Goodness gracious. That's where it gets really close to home, hearing something like
It's really
that.
dark. Yeah.
But this community is so important to so many people, and probably there's no way of truly understanding just how much has happened and how much has come from these gatherings day in and day out. It'll be a long time before I think we ever know what the impact of something like this is.
Thank you.
So we thank you.
Yeah, thank you, gang. We are really grateful for your presence and for all that you bring here. And thank you also for filling space for me while I switch to the right. I'm going to throw up our flyer here for this upcoming week. So, of course, we're here today in our Juneteenth week, co-partner with Washington Rebels, and a shout out to Andrea Blackford and to Betsy Fulford for all their hard work on this. Monday, obviously, Dan and Claudia Zanes today. If you came in late, I totally recommend you go back and watch the whole thing because it was brilliant from the beginning. We got Pam Parker coming in on Tuesday, the 17th, and Wednesday is Issei Barnwell. On Thursday, we have Matt Pearson of the Jubilee Voices and of Washington Rebels, and he's going to be coming in live from an event, a Juneteenth event that day with Jubilee Voices. On Friday, 6:20, we have two folks that are new to the room, Uttam and Nitai Das, and they're going to be hosted by Shruti. And I think it's going to be a really special day. And we're going to be talking about different kinds of racism and racial injustice on that day as well. Saturday, June 21, Kim Harris and Lucille Ijoy coming in from Philadelphia. We know they're always a hoot. And then Sunday to close out our week, we've got Jubilee Voices back in the room with us again. So, all right, everybody, please give it up for everything. Yeah. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to say goodbye to everybody out there on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining us, YouTube. We're going to wave Dan and Claudia out of the room so she can go work on the website. Thanks so much, Dan and Claudia. Lots of love to you. And we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to everybody here in this room. Thank you so much. And goodbye to Pauline and William coming in from Newcastle, UK. Also a reminder that today was day 1,898 consecutive days of singing. We're going to be at day 1,900 just in 2 days. And, 100 days later, we're going to be at 2,000, which is crazy. If we make it there, so a pitch again for we need funds, we need support, we need folks talking about the fact that we're still here. So as much as you can do, we're really grateful. You could just go out and ask all your really super uber wealthy friends to donate to the Daily Antidote. Maybe. All right. Neil in Boston, thank you so much for being with us today. And I think I said Pauline and William in Newcastle, Susan in Cincinnati, Bob, Mabel and the Bears in Massachusetts, Becky coming in from British Columbia, Arlene in Berkeley, Sydney in San Francisco, Caroline in DC, Athena coming in from Brooklyn, Sarah in Texas, Annette in California, Sue in Seattle, Phil in Dresden, Germany. I love it. Kathleen in Albuquerque, Sheila in Florida, Busy Graham, Carpe Diem Arts, Deborah and Robert coming in from Kentucky. It's actually Robert and Deborah, but that's okay. All right. Bob in Albany, Julie in Ontario, Canada, Susan in Tacoma Park, Maryland, Karen in Iowa City, Iowa, Fred in Maryland, Helen coming in from Wales. Nice to see you. Let's all give a hello and a goodbye to Helen because we didn't see her on the hello end. Glad you're here. And we always love when folks come in from all different countries. Hoda in British Columbia, Linda in Concord, Massachusetts, Trish in Victoria, British Columbia, Ruth and Clive in Birmingham, UK, Gary in Massachusetts, Amanda and Miles in Michigan, Storm in Massachusetts, Dally in Maryland, Nan also Michigan, Penny in Victoria, Christine in Ottawa, Nancy in Vancouver. That was 3 Canadas in a row. Maggie in San Ramon, California, Carol in Connecticut, Curly Taps in Vermont, and Anne in Nashville. Thank you again so much, everybody, for being here. And we'll see you all tomorrow right here on the Daily Antidote Song. Thanks again, Washington Rebels, Jubilee Voices, for partnering with us here in the Daily Antidote this week.